every platform is trying to push you to pay for a subscription. But welcome back to Underrated Movies. I'm your guy. I'm your man, Mr. Alan Henry. And my apologies for being away. You know, things get busy. Life gets busy. So what I might try to do is coming up with ideas a little bit. I might try to, and I actually made a video of this, but I think I'm going to do it individually, where I just seek out video games, or if I remember certain video games, I might bring to the table, and some of them could be good movie adaptations, which this one could have been actually. And I remember playing the game. Unfortunately, the game is nowhere to be found to playable. And well, I guess the game just wasn't all that great. You know, they just pretty much just erased it. But luckily, for those who have retained the copies of the game, it's currently available just to watch the walkthrough online, or you could somehow, if you're a game guru, could figure out how to replay it. It's a simple game, and I'm referring to the video game that was the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 release. It was Turning Point: Fall of Liberty. It's a World War II game that sets in a alternative timeline, and I should have done a little more research into this. Where so supposedly, I think there was some sort of deal that was made with World War II. Winston Churchill, who somehow, it might have been a treaty or it might have been some sort of just negotiation where he was able to prevent the Nazi occupation, I hope I can say that on here, from entering into the United States and from invading the United States. I guess there was a real life incident where he encountered a car accident, and I think he was supposedly on his way to make sure that the Nazi occupation would not invade the U.S. But this story, centered in an alternate timeline, suggests, what if he did not survive his accident? What if, while on the way, he was trying to prevent the occupation from entering the States, but he didn't make it because he unfortunately did pass on? This game basically kind of just puts you in the idea of what if the Nazis did invade the United States, and what would that look like? And that's basically what it is. It's an interesting game. You play honestly, the characters, they're not too well developed. It's not, it's not really for a character description. It's more just the idea of it and just how fun this game is. It's an action game where you play some sort of construction worker who, right in the middle of broad daylight, just suddenly sees the invasion of Nazi occupation from invading the U.S. while you're at work. Which is probably one of the worst times. While at work, you just have somebody, just an all green soldier, parachutes on your work spot, on your work site, and ready to kill you. And then you go out there and beat that Nazi down, and then now you pretty much just joining all the resistance fighters, where it's just all chaos in New York. So I think it chronicles from New York to the White House to you trying to travel to Nazi Germany. Not Nazi Germany, to Germany, then back to the States where they're trying to drop some sort of atomic bomb. And the game's only The game's not long, and I remember I was playing it. It only lasts for maybe 4 hours. The gameplay, there's a gameplay online. It only lasts for 3.5 hours. Not a long game, but it's a fun one. What I really liked about it was pretty much just concept and story. And I could see this be fleshed out into like a Netflix series or like a limited series that could, or actually no, they could expand it into maybe 3 seasons. With a lot of character development. You could do a lot of character development with this because in world building. I mean, what if scenarios into like different history of different directions of what could have happened. I think that would have been very fast, and I wish they kind of dive into that a little bit more. I mean, the game was just a fun shoot 'em up, action adventure scenario, but I feel like there was a lot of missed opportunities with that game, where it could have explored a lot of the ideas of maybe politically, but set aside that it's just a fun action game. Just like you just want to watch Rambo. You just want Rambo, just shoot him up for 90 minutes. That's basically what it is. Though there was one issue I did have with the ending of the game, and it ends very abrupt. It doesn't really give you... Well, it leaves you wanting to know more. And, Spoiler, okay? So, throughout the game, on the last level, you get on a blimp, and the blimp has this bomb that is gonna drop on a certain city. And, right before it does, you actually prevent it. Well, you're on the blimp. You actually prevent it from having to go through the hole in the blimp, and the bomb just lands inside the blimp. But you're stuck in the blimp, and the time's going, so you can't figure out how to stop the bomb from exploding. So you're stuck on the blimp, pretty much about to die. Your comrades ask you over the radio, "Hey, did you disarm that bomb?" And the bomb goes off, where you pretty much save the lives in New York. Yeah, I'm really trying to be careful with my words here, but the game immediately ends right after that. Like right after the explosion, it just ends. Like, it just cuts to black and then the credits pop up. I would say that's probably one of the biggest what the F endings I've seen in a video game. Because it just ends. I mean, you kind of want to know more based on what the story's trying to explore. I mean, only old 80s movies that I could see that would just end a film abruptly, literally right after they pretty much just solved the goal, or like the main characters completed the goal. They just end the film like that. Which reminds me of that one film, not a different genre, Michelle Yeoh action movie, which is regarded as kind of a famous action movie, because I heard it's also underrated. Was Yes Ma'am, and I've seen that like maybe 2 months ago, and it kind of ends the same way how I'm comparing it to this game. Literally right after the main bad guy gets done, like seconds after he gets done, the movie immediately abruptly ends. And that's how this game ends. Abruptly. Just ends. I'm cool with abrupt endings. Like I am. But I think there's a right way to do it. And with Turning Point Fall of Liberty, they had so much ideas floating on the table. The game's kind of mediocre, but I still had fun with it, given you could beat the game within 3 hours. There's so much more to be explored in that game. There could be characters, there could be more world building, there could be so much that if any studios is actually listening to this is an idea that I think you should probably tackle. Like I said, it's not a memorable game. It's not at all, but I know it's a game that could deliver a lot of action, excitement, thrills, and a very interesting concept that is willing to explore. You can watch the gameplay on YouTube. It's 3 hours of your time, but I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't mind playing this game again because I thought it was fun. Turning Point, Fall of Liberty. Does anybody remember this game? Does anybody believe that this would probably be a good limited live action series or AI? Comment below, let me know if you are familiar with it, and let me know what is your favorite underrated video game. Let's go there.